Welcome, everybody, to the Single and Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today, we have on our show PJ Dixon, and he's a life, love, and relationship coach at PJ's Wisdom. And I'm so excited to have him here because PJ really does have great wisdom to give you ladies today. And today, we're talking about the biggest turn-ons for a man. And he's going to tell you what men are turned on by. But before he does, PJ, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and how you became a life, love, and relationship coach.
I have been fortunate enough to always be the guy that everybody turns to talk to about their love relationships, including my mom when I was a little kid. So my whole life I've learned communication, how to have people communicate and talk with each other. And I've been able to be friends with women instead of girlfriends and boyfriends and all of that. And in that process, they have revealed so much information that I've just really accumulated through the past 30 years or something like that, 30, 35 years of my life. Really learning what is important in people's lives in terms of relationships and how men and women function. And so all of that, my whole life has led me to this, including being hit by an SUV at the age of 28 and going through physical therapy for about 4 months and finally going through an excruciating procedure just to be able to, get rid of the ongoing constant pain that I was experiencing over those 4 months. And when I went through that pain, all of a sudden I realized that with my disability, because I have a rare form of muscular dystrophy, with my disability, I haven't really liked myself. And so the moment that the pain went away, I had this amazing sense of self-love and appreciation and gratitude for everything that I was getting back. And I realized that that's where I needed to focus, is on helping people learn to love themselves so that all of this other stuff that I was talking about, helping women get connected better with their men, helping men communicate better with their ladies, so that all of that other stuff could really cinch in really well. Because if you don't care about yourself, it's really hard to create space to allow somebody to care about you.
Right. Well, it sounds like you turned something that was a tragedy into something really, really positive in your life and in other people's lives.
Yes.
So, PJ, all right. So, in all seriousness, let's talk about seriousness. Let's talk about the biggest turn-ons for a man.
Okay, first and foremost, ladies, men love it when you flirt with them. Let's start with something basic and simple. We love it because it immediately says you're interested in us. It immediately says it's okay for us to approach. It immediately signals potential pleasure, right? It immediately is this idea and opportunity for play. So please, I beg you, flirt with us. That makes the world a better place. And if you haven't, if you don't know how to flirt and you're like shy and nervous, Suzanne is an expert at flirting. And you could definitely turn to her and she'll help you out.
Well, and so is PJ. And ladies, I highly suggest you Google on my site flirting tips, because I've interviewed several experts about this. So, and trust me, if I can do it, you can too, because I used to not be a total flirt at all. So PJ, it's true. It's important to flirt. So what's another big turn on?
Okay, another big turn on is that when a woman is comfortable with her sexuality, okay, where she can just exude it. One of the things that I like about Latin women is women from Mexico and South America and Central America, they have this amazing comfort with their sensuality. And so you can feel it, and you actually feel it from women from Spain also quite often. There's this comfort with their own sexuality and their own sensuality, so it exudes and comes out of you. And so this idea that sex is not something that's hidden, but sex is something that's a part of your life, and it's okay. There's no problem with it. You can be intimate with your man, and then, as soon as you're done, get cleaned up, you can go and hug your own grandmother, because there's no problem. There's just this idea of being able to be sexual in your own skin. So ladies, enjoy yourself. Look at your own physical body. Find the things that you like about yourself, because when you like yourselves, we love you.
Okay? Exactly. And ladies, I will say, for those of you that are going, oh God, I knew he was going to mention sex. I got to be honest with you, ladies. Sex is important to men. It just is. It's very important to them. So PJ's absolutely right. So PJ, what's your next biggest turn on?
Number 3, men are strong. We like to be strong. We like to be fast. We like to be courageous, right? But we're always in this idea of pushing and exerting and forcing and changing and manipulating and creating. Like, we're always in this like doing stage. So if you can be soft and you can be tender and you can be nurturing, then what we find turn on is maybe not a super duper sexual turn on, but something that turns us on emotionally and gets us connected to you at a different level instead of just a sexual level, is when you're soft with us, when you nurture us, when you hold us. I know, ladies, you love it when a man walks up behind you and embraces you from behind, and you just go and settle into your natural feminine. When you come into this softness with your man and you put your hands on his chest, and there's a softness that exudes from you, this feminine nurturing that comes from you, and he can embrace you and put his arms around you. Yes, this feels amazing to you, but it feels amazing to him because all of a sudden he feels like he gets to be your man, and he feels like you trust him, and he's you're safe with him, and he feels safe with you. This turns us on to want to be with you emotionally, not just physically. And this is a really critical component for healthy relationships. Not just the sex is important, but also that the emotions are also important to both of you, right? And so stay in your feminine, stay as loving and nurturing as you can, and as soft as you can, and that makes the hard times for a man, the hard edges for a man, find places of softness to be able to rest within your space.
That's a great tip, PJ, because I've interviewed tons of men and they all say the same thing. So that's a great tip. So what's your next tip?
Number 4, flesh. Oh my God, let's get back to the sensuality of it, right? Men love collarbones. We love legs. We love calves. We love tummies. We love backs. We love bottoms. We love earlobes. Allow your skin to be shown, right? If there is a part of you that you really like and want to accent, find a way to accent it. Share your flesh in a little bit of ways, because when men get to touch your flesh, all of a sudden their heart starts to beat fast, right? Their blood starts to race, and they just want to take you in the best possible way, I mean, you know? And so if you find a particular part of you that you really like, even if it's your lips, find an amazing lip color, right? Because you're accentuating that, which really leads into my next step. But I'll save that for just a moment. So anything that you love about your body, accent that, share that. If you love your tummy, if it's flat, it's okay to wear like maybe a midriff every once in a while, or a little shirt that's just lets your belly button show just a little bit on occasion. If you like your legs, you know, find a favorite skirt. You know, if you love your calves when they're in heels, wear your favorite heels, right? Accent that. And if there's a man in your life that you want him to touch you or you want to be close with him, let your skin touch his skin. Touch him a lot. Because the more you can touch him skin to skin, the more connected he's going to be. If you just touch his arm through his jacket, way different than if you touch his face with your hand. Skin to skin is beautiful. That turns us on. It says we're allowed to touch you.
Yep, it breaks that barrier.
Yeah, it does.
So what's your last tip?
My last one. Ladies, again, about your favorite body parts. Men love a nice shape. We love to see the hips. We love to see that kind of hourglass shape. So find clothing that matches your skin color. Find clothing that accentuates your natural physical feminine, and lipstick that really matches with your cheeks, and really choose colors, wear colors that are reds or bright hot pinks or bright oranges, right? Because these colors really turn men on, but then also make sure that they go with your natural skin colors. So one of the best ways to do that is to go into like a department store where they do makeup and have them do a color, I forget what that's called, a color test on you, where they find the colors that match with your skin the best. and then start buying clothes in that area, and then combine dressing in a way that accentuates your hips or your bust line or your tummy, or heels that accentuate, your legs, your calves. So find clothing that really accentuates you in the best possible light, and then combine those with some of the other flirting or some of the other practices that I talked about a moment ago. That'll work great, I promise.
PJ is absolutely right. So these have been some great tips. So PJ, can you tell our audience how they can find you?
Absolutely. EngagedIn1year.com. EngagedIn1 year.com. There's a few older videos there, but they're riddled with delicious, juicy, amazing information. And if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me through that also.
Thanks everyone for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you'd like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com. If you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you would like to get our free ebook on the 3 secrets guaranteed to attract any man based on scientific research, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.